This is the floor for candidate for treasurer. If you could please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Sheila Guider, and I'm a Rising 4L part-time student.
Wonderful. Sheila, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. This is the first one. How do you view the role of treasurer within the executive board?
I view the role as treasurer as a support position, and I need to act efficiently, and it's all about the money. So I need to get people's money to them on time. It's about accounts receivables and payables, and you just need to be reliable and efficient and on time.
Great, thank you. As treasurer, your role is to have custody of all funds and securities of the SBA and ensure that they are deposited in the appropriate facility and in a manner designated by the executive board. Explain your experience in this area and provide an example of your success within this area.
Okay. I have been working in law offices for a couple of decades. In the past, I've been responsible for trust accounts and business accounts, both in law offices, and also I hold a broker's license, a real estate broker's license, and so at one point I had my own trust account. I currently am the treasurer for the Georgia Department of Law Employees Association. I served dual roles for about 3 years. I started out as financial secretary. I collected membership dues from our department, which it started out being about 250 people. We've absorbed Medicaid fraud, another 50 or 60, and then the Consumer Protection Unit from the governor's office, which was about another 50 or 60 people. So we're looking at about 350 people. As of April 1, I have given up the financial secretary job and am just serving as the treasurer.
Great, thank you.
Yes.
Now, please provide an example of one project you would like to spearhead as an executive board member.
Well, I'll kind of have to narrow this down, but I think the legal food frenzy is a really important project, and it's I think it's co-sponsored by several people. The Young Lawyers Division of the State Bar is part of that, with all the Georgia food banks, and the Attorney General's office is very involved in that. I'd like to get the word out to more people, the importance of it, that it's feeding children during the summer when they're out of school and they don't want to have access to free or reduced lunches. It's an extremely important program. It's my understanding that at other law schools in the state, it is actually managed and run by the student body. I'm not sure we've done anything with it this year, but in past years, I think it's been managed by the administration. So I'd like for the student body to be more involved in that program.
Great, thank you. Now I open questions to the floor. Any questions? Go ahead.
With the treasurer position, you would be over allocating money to student organizations. So how good are you at saying no? And how good are you at understanding how much funds we have and allocating it to the things that you believe are the most important for those funds?
Well, Stacy tells me that there will be for whoever's elected, there will be a changing of the guards or a handing of the gavel or whatever. And so it'll be explained to you exactly what's going on and the status of where everything is. I'm very good at making decisions. I currently support 10 attorneys during the day, and I also take calls from the general public and their complaint calls about the Open Records and the Open Reads Act. So I'm used to having to tell people things that they don't want to hear at the end of the day, but being able to explain to them why we came to those decisions and those conclusions. So I believe I'll have no problem making a decision once I know what the allocations are and a fair distribution.
I had a question back here. No? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so as the treasurer, I remember the treasurer from this school year, and I was one of the people that would stalk him down the hallway waiting on my receipt, and I know he got that constantly. So how would you be able to handle that? Because now it would be people from all types of organizations coming to ask you, well, where's this money? Where's that? How would you handle that?
Well, I currently handle accounts payable and receivable for our law department. For all of our socials, all the things that are planned, all of the miscellaneous things that are bought for each and every one of those socials, for a Christmas holiday party, pizza parties, ice cream party. I mean, just so I have people coming at me from all directions, and so I'm used to having to, negotiate all of that, and so it's just part of who I am. So I'm a very high-level communicator. On my flyers and all of my, on John Marshall TV, I put my email address and my cell phone number on there. So I just need people to communicate with me, and I will get back to them in a timely manner.
Great. Any other questions? Okay.
So you've heard some individuals say that they've had to kind of harass I wouldn't say harass, but go and look for the SBA treasurer. I guess, would you be able to implement a better process so that individuals don't have to come looking for the treasurer? Maybe you can have their funds ready, or some type of process to improve, I guess, what the process is now.
An idea for that might be, I don't know what the requirements are yet and won't know until I talk to the treasurer. It may be that receipts, if you're talking about reimbursement, it may be receipts could be scanned and emailed to me, and then upon presentation of the original receipt. And I don't know where I am now. I sign all the checks, but also the chair and vice chair signs them, and so we need double signatures. But that's the best thing that I can think of, and I've done that on a few occasions because we're not all in the same building. We're in like 3 different buildings all around the Capitol, and so sometimes people just scan their receipts and send them to me. But I would need to hear what those needs are, and then again, after I talk to the present treasurer, I could respond better, I think, about that.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.